Welcome to Apex Alchemy. Today we're going to be talking about the Spartan Harsey folder. This come to us from Dave. It's one of the loaners we're checking out. So we'll do some size comparisons and some specs. My mind went blank, y'all, sorry. But let's take a look at this knife.
Way to open. Okay, so Spartan as a company, when they decided to start making knives, they went to Chris Reeves to learn how to make folders. Well, when they decided to learn how to start making folders.
Right.
I've been excited about checking this out because I have been like hypercritical about it. So I'm glad Dave sent it along. So thank you, Dave. If you're a fan of a Spartan Harsey folder, hit that like button below. Lets Dave know that you appreciate him sending this knife along. Leave a comment leave a comment below if you want to as well, letting him know that you appreciate his support. We appreciate his support. But anyway, my critics of the knife have been because I don't really understand things about it. But the more I've had it in my hand, the more comfortable I've gotten with it. But like, I never understood why there wasn't a finger choil. But I had to like look it up, and I saw that.
A finger choil or a forward choil?
A forward choil.
Okay.
Or a sharpening choil, for that matter.
Any type of choil.
Any kind of choil at all. But the reason why is because, Bill Harsey was Special Forces. He wanted to build knives for people in the Special Forces. And he said that when you're cutting your way through stuff, you didn't want it to snag on anything. Yeah. No choil. Choil had to be sacrificed. The jimping, it's got excellent jimping on the blade. What's this back here? And it's excellent. It's excellent jimping. But why is it so far back? I don't get it. But even more so, I was hypercritical about the jimping up underneath. Because I can't find a way, except for like this, that it would actually come in any kind of use. Other than that, I love the knife. And it's...
And in a combat situation, if you have it like this and you go to do that, the knife is going to try to move whether it's this way or this way. You've still got that keeping your grip.
Yeah.
Right there.
Have to worry about it hammering into your hand or something like that.
Right.
And if you were using it like this and you were having to punch, forward,
keeps it
stable. It might give it a little bit more grip. But just as a utilitarian knife, because that's what I am as a utilitarian user, as much as I would like to, you see some of my knives. I like to own tactical knives. I'm just not a tactical type of guy. So at the end of the day, utility stuff is what really matters to me. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, I was trying to put myself in the mind of the designer, knowing his background, what might have been going through his mind when he's putting that jimping there, situations he may have been in where he wished he had it there, for whatever reason.
And that could totally be 100%, and that's cool. I get it. It doesn't matter why stuff's on knives. Right. I'm a harpoon fan. A harpoon doesn't have any purpose at all. I've heard blade experts reasonably argue that a harpoon is the stupidest because
it doesn't do anything.
No, not unless you're fishing with it. It's designed to go in and snag and be almost impossible to pull back out. I don't stab. I just cut boxes and paper and plastic and stuff like that. So that's not part of my lifestyle. If it was part of my lifestyle, it would probably matter. But anyway, all that aside, I can all this. I did it again. We're gonna have to figure something else out. This is all laser etched, and this model, from what I can tell, is called the Spartan helmet. Or some people call it the Spartan. Some people call it the helmet. something like that. It's like a special edition, I believe. I know it is because it's got laser etching. It's all laser etched, and they've got some designs out there.
Yes, I've seen some that were
just crazy, man. They got one called the Babe. Have you seen that? It's got the woman on it, and all like she's like surrounded with like hibiscus trees and flowers.
I don't think I have seen that one.
It's nuts. But it's got a half of a Spartan helmet on this side. Flip it over. It's got another half of the Spartan helmet on this side up underneath the pocket clip. Now on the helmet, the ones that I could find normally have every one that I've seen for sale have a pocket clip that has the Mo and Lobe saying on it, which is Spartan for come and take them, and that's, man, like altogether, I really enjoy.
It's got really smooth action.
Oh man, it does. And I had to ask Dave if I could. I was like, the action's so hydraulic, but it was stiff. He was like, let's loosen it up a little bit. And I was like, man, I don't want to touch it. He's like, just loosen up, pivot it, screw up a little bit, it'll be okay. I said, you ain't got to turn it.
Baby, bud.
Yeah.
Just turn.
I am, man. I don't like touching other people's knives. But he was like, turn it however you want to. I don't think I'm going to use it because I don't think he's used it.
It doesn't look like it's been used.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's been used.
Not much.
So I'm going to leave it alone. One thing that I really love about this knife is the thumb studs. The thumb studs are so smooth. It feels like they're plated in gold or something. Like they just have this feel to them, man. Much superior to like what I from my memory, like the Chris Reeves thumb studs. But it's been a long time since I touched a Chris Reeves knife. It was a 21. But it does use the same kind of...
And there went the domino of the knives.
Yeah, we got a bunch of knives out here. So that's it uses the under relief on the frame. That's not the name they use for that. But most frame locks, the relief is... Here's another one of Dave's knife. The relief is on top of the lock bar. The relief on Chris Reeves models and Spartan models, it's on the underside. It's not the only knives that come out like that, but I think Chris Reeves pretty much started that. It's an S45VN. The knife is, I want to say, right at 9 inches. It's like 8 7/8, something like that. It's very close to being a 9-inch knife. Just for comparison, here's paramilitary tape. And here's that code for. So if you're familiar with those.
Rat.
Yeah, we got the rat. Rat Model 1. And let's check out this other knife of Dave's. We'll be doing a video on it as well. I want to talk about a superior folder. Jesus. It's
about right, isn't it?
Yeah. This thing is like 9.5 inches.
Heavy as crap.
And like 10.7 ounces, man. That's a bruiser. And it's a
SCK.
it's SCK, which means Skyke knives, it's Skyke, like Skyke knives. And this is the Shark 2.5. And he also has a 1.0 and a 2.0. This is the very first model of the 2.5. It was like this is the first one that he made of the 2.5. I think that's really interesting. I've got a ridiculous edge on it. We'll talk about this knife later. But the Spartan Harsey folder is probably, and I think another reason why I shy away from them is because it's popularity. It takes a while. Like, you saw the PM2 pop up on there. It took a while for me to warm up to that model too. And the 562, if a knife's too popular,
and the
rat, especially that rat, man. If a knife's too popular, normally I just steer away from it for a little while, just because I mean, like, there's the internet's already flooded with them, you know, and it's not because I mean I was doing the same thing before I had a channel, you know, like so it wasn't because of the channel, it's just because you know like it's kind of like perfume or cologne, you know, like I don't
that everybody for a decade all wears the same stuff.
Yeah, I mean like. Y'all remember walking into a bar and everybody smells like Aqua de Joe? You know, like, what interesting can you offer to a conversation if you and everybody else has got the same pocket knife in your pocket?
Yeah.
Or if you're all wearing Aqua de Joe, walking and talking clones of each other. So like just try to find some sort of something that I like that's also unique and not so popular. And this is a very popular knife, but with a good reason. Mm-hmm. It's built well.
Huge pivot.
Yeah, the pivot on the backside used to be smaller, but then again, it also used to have an over travel stop. Now, this pivot acts as an over travel stop.
Okay.
Don't ask me how. Like it has an overhang here, but like, I don't know. Don't give me the line. This is just stuff I've read. One thing in this price point that I would appreciate seeing is flatter screws, but they are crowned, and it's not like they catch on anything. And
I thought that one appeared to be sticking up some.
This was really the one that mattered the most. I mean, it's the same as the pocket clip screws, but it's like on this side we had the opportunity to be kind of flush
all
the way down. And if the design is not flush all the way down, then it's okay, because that's not the look they're going for.
Right, but whenever it's slick everywhere until that one screw.
Yeah. But
it kind of sticks out like a sore thumb.
Talk about some intricate milling. Like look at that thumb groove, that step down there. Like just the machine markings in it. It's like that on both sides.
There you go.
I don't know. There we go.
Maybe zoom in?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Yeah, look at that. But there's no lack of attention to detail. If you're watching for this for information purposes, you see the Spartan signal right here, or a symbol right here. Right beside it is a little bitty tiny pine tree. And that means that it's at least a 2021 model or newer, because that would be after the merger with Pineland.
Oh, okay.
But I like it. I've been eyeballing them. I saw one for like $350. Not a helmet model. It was just a straight up stonewash titanium version, but in the same steel. Because they also make them in S35VN, or they used to. But I was thinking about grabbing it up, but I'm gonna hold off because another opportunity may have arose that I might I might need to take care of before But I'm gonna put this on my short list. I've got a short list. I do want a Harsey folder, not in a hurry. I'm not in a hurry for anything on that list. It's just a list of goals,
right?
Pretty much, but. It's a grill knife for a lot of people. It'd be a grill knife for me. I understand why. I think it would be an excellent user. You look at that frame. I mean, Jesus. That thing ain't going nowhere. It's got a really significant lockup, but not in a bad way. And it's not hard to manipulate. Beautiful knife. It is considered by a lot of people to be man jewelry, but it's very capable man jewelry. And that's what's important. So we're at 14 minutes.
Yeah.
You got any opinions?
I think I've about covered everything. I mean, it's a bigger knife. It's got a thinner profile than a lot of them that Dave sends us.
Yeah.
Like this Joker. Yeah. But I mean, it is sleek looking. I can see why it'd be considered man jewelry. But
yeah,
and it's got the shiny factor. But overall, I don't see anything wrong with it.
Me neither, man. I mean, I like it. I do. I like it a lot.
Except for that screw.
I kind of like that whole bronze and black.
Yeah. Color
like,
scheme.
Yeah, yeah. Especially with the Spartan helmet, it kind of reminds me of like we're from Dyersburg, and it kind of reminds me of the Trojans. Just the whole color scheme is it feels right at home with me. But I like it. Leave your comments below. I'd love to hear your opinions. Don't throw stones at people in glass houses. People in glass houses sink ships.